Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I wanted to do a little podcast episode about self-negativity. Um, so let's get right into it. Okay, so like I said in today's podcast episode, we are going to reflect on self-negativity and how to transfer it into a self-love or self-negativity to self-positivity. Because it's very important to not think about yourself negatively 24/7. And if you are, then it's like a little self obsession, which you don't want to be thinking about yourself negatively all the time. You don't want to be thinking about yourself all the time, ever, in general. Okay, so people generally don't have nice things to say about them. I was gonna say, like, most people don't talk very highly about themselves, but that's not true because some people are so self centered and self absorbed that they only think about themselves, and it's very disgusting to deal with people like that. But yeah, so I just wanted to make it different. People generally don't have nice things to say about themselves, which is a true statement. People usually have statements about themselves that are negative, and depending on the person, you can really see that from the outside. Like, you can tell when a person takes good care of themselves, and you can tell when someone doesn't. That's what I'm trying to get to. So, self negativity is looking, thinking, or talking poorly about yourself. That's my little definition of it. Pretty basic. It's pretty self explanatory. And I have a couple of ways that you can transfer it into self love. So, one of them being spreading love to others. When you are talking to other people and telling them what you appreciate about them, this helps you because you're reflecting on someone else, and this leads to the next one, which is looking at others and realizing what you like about yourself. So when you're looking at others and appreciating them for their hair or the way that they talk or whatever, you realize certain things about yourself that you also like. When looking at others in a positive, at the looking at the positives from others, you start to reflect or realize more positive things about yourself. That being said, like, when you genuinely look at someone and say, wow, I like the way that they treat their friends, you start to either change the way you act towards your friends and start to be better towards your friends, or you start to see some things you need to change or better yourself so that you can become the best version of yourself rather than negatively thinking of, oh my gosh, I suck at being a friend. Like, why am I like this? When you think about it that way, it really changes your perspective. So, another way that I figured you could turn your self negativity into self love or self positivity is by seeking help from a professional. Because by no means am I a professional talking about this subject. I just wanted to bring it to people's attention that you shouldn't always be constantly thinking about yourself. You got to think about others, the people you surround yourself with, because once you have good people surrounded by you, or once you are surrounded by good people, you start to glow differently. Like, you start to be better when you're in a better atmosphere. With that being said, like if you're in a negative relationship and you start to lose, like you start not talking to your friends, guys, sorry, I'm literally tearing up. When you start, like, your boyfriend, like, takes your friends away from you or whatever, like, because they're controlling and you're in a negative relationship, you start to lose every good thing around you. So you start to become more negative and stuff like that. But once you like move on and go into a different relationship or move on and be yourself and better yourself, you're going to see the changes within yourself, not only like be better for your next relationship and have better standards, but you or better boundaries set. Um, you'll see the more positive in yourself depending on who you surround yourself with and stuff like that. But like I was saying, seeking help from a professional, or if you're religious, seeking help from God, reading the Bible. I was watching a podcast, Mackenzie Rencher, I think that's how she pronounces her name. And she does a podcast called Not Everybody Needs a Podcast, which I really love her podcast, and I agree, not everybody needs a podcast. And it's just a great podcast, so check it out if you would like. She's trying to get to 40K subscribers. So anyways, I was watching her and she was like talking about like pretty much the same subject of being like self-obsessed and like constantly thinking about yourself negatively still leads to self-obsession, and we just need to not think about ourselves so much and think about the things that are surrounding us. And I couldn't agree more, so that's why I decided to come and talk about this subject as well. But like I was saying, the Bible, there is things in the Bible that specifically can help you with self-doubt, self-negativity, whatever you like. You can look them up on Google and be like, verses that can help me with self-negativity, self-doubt, with my body image or whatever. Because like Mackenzie was saying, like, I don't know if you guys watch this or what, but if you want to watch it, go ahead. But she just talked about it, and I just liked how she talked about it, so I wanted to talk about it a little bit as well. So, but if you're not religious, try talking to a professional for help, if you can't find any ways to help yourself, because then a professional can go and look at your perspective or point of view and be able to pick different ways to help you. And there's always something that is out there to help you, even if you can't find it. I almost like burped throw up. I'm sure they will be able to help you find what you are needing. So always seek professional help. And I'm not saying that, but I'm kind of saying it as a last resort, because you need to try to help yourself. And starting out by who you're surrounding yourself by, and what everyone's intentions around you are. Because if you are friends with someone who is constantly negative, you're going to start getting affected by that and possibly start becoming just like them. Or you can be positive towards them and try to uplift them, but also that doesn't always work, and then they try to drag you down with them to make them feel better about themselves and their negativity. So, with that being said, that is all for today's podcast episode of self-negativity. Just try to be better for yourself and for others. Don't always think about yourself. Think about the people who you are surrounded by and what you enjoy about them, and that will help you open your mind to things that you do that maybe you didn't realize you do. And maybe you can have a discussion with your friends and tell them what you like about them, and they'll tell you what you like, and then you'll like reflect on that and see like, oh, well, that's true. I am a good friend because I reach out once a week or whatever. So thank you guys for watching today's podcast episode. If you have any questions, comments, concern, please the comment section is always open, and I am always ready to answer your guys' questions, comments, or concerns. I hope you guys all have a wonderful week, and I will see you all later.